Welcome, Scorpio, to your love reading for September 17th to the 23rd of 2018. Alright, so let's see what's going on with you, Scorpio. So, mutual energy, what your love interest or current romantic partner might be bringing towards you. What might be, well, your response, what might be keeping you apart, the hidden factor, and then the outcome, alright? For Scorpio in love, September 17th to 23rd. So, both of you are trying to manifest some type of new arrangement. It could be a new home. It could be communication around the home, something stable with you and them. If you don't talk to one another or if you're not around, I feel like this is a new beginning and a fresh start. There's an opportunity, and I feel like both of you are trying to take it. So a new person could be, or the fact that both of you are focused on new income. All right, both. So what might they be bringing towards you? They're not waiting to open up, I feel. So this is an indication that they might not be expressing themselves, or they're not available, or they're frustrated because you act like you aren't available, or the fact that you really aren't for some of you out there. So I feel like they could be very stressed out on being maybe temperamental, or just avoiding you altogether. Now, what is your response? So maybe you feel a bit insecure. Maybe you don't really feel that you can manifest that person into your life or bring them forward in some way. So either financially, emotionally, or even physically, I'm not really feeling all that great. So you might deny some requests to go out, to hang out, to be a bit more playful and active. You might assume the worst. Some of you might have, or you might be around a child who's very outspoken, or just very loud and temperamental. You might even feel like you are dealing with someone who might be younger than you, literally, or who acts like it at times. So the trigger or the natural reaction is for you to kind of fall into a place of not really feeling all that playful or joyful. So I feel like that's where you're turning them down as well, and not really happy because they're not opening up to you. So until you're ready, I feel like if it's that case where you're not really feeling good, they have to try to understand that, maybe express that to them. But others of you are just down because they're not opening up. Now, what is keeping both of you apart? I feel like the fact that some of you are either not motivated financially. Now, for some of you, this could be a romantic partner, or the fact that you flirt, your partner might flirt. The fact that there's another person involved. There could be a marriage. Now, a lot of you might know what this is, but this is either temptation, or the fact that someone has done something with someone in the past, and this is like a resentment that someone is holding on to constantly and repeatedly, and it's really hard for them to let that go, that memory of the situation. So that could be an issue. So let's see the outcome. Career. Alright, so there does seem to be a new beginning or a fresh start with you and someone else. There are opportunities for these things to come through. So I feel like there could be an offer that comes through. Be open to it, maybe accept it if you would like to. But career, focusing on your fitness, your hygiene, your daily routine, something new that you might be involved in creatively for some. And you have children here as well. So there could have been something like where pregnancy, there could be a birth of a child, or someone is pregnant and someone is not wanting to accept or take ownership for what has gone on. And I feel like that could be an issue. And the fact that someone, or you have children, and you're not wanting to separate from one another, or you're not wanting to come together because someone has children. So that might be an issue. And it could be something from childhood as well that affects the person that you might be dealing with. Now, clarify the Four of Cups for the person coming towards you. Yeah, they're working. All right, it seems like they rather work right now than to open up or express themselves right now. So clarify the Page of Wands in reverse for you. So as you are disappointed from the emotional dissatisfaction, you kind of separate from that particular person and move on. For some of you, you might have moved on from somebody and you're not liking that they have let you go. So you might not feel at your best right now. So you might be just yearning for something else, and maybe just focusing on career as well. Clarify the King of Wands in reverse. So then you have the King of Cups. So it seems like some of you may be into two different people showing up. A fire sign that's not really happy, and then you have a water sign that's coming up in a good way. So 1, 2, 3, 4 different people, definitely a marriage, maybe with children. But it seems like 2 different options. Some of you might still be holding on to a water sign that's you have moved on from for some, but they're treating you well. You have good memories of them. But another person that you might be dealing with might have issues with the person that you might be around, and they're not liking that too much for some. But it just depends on how that might relate to your situation. But you have a few different people showing up, and that's potentially causing an obstacle. All right. So let's see messages for Scorpio for September 17th to the 23rd, 2018. Then we have engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. So it does take time for some of you. I feel like your partner is not willing to commit right now until things are good, until you're good, in a high standing, maybe financially. That could be part of the process that you're going through, and even getting married with children, married with kids. That could be something that you could be thinking about. Message for Scorpio for September 17th to 23rd. And then deception. Someone is wearing a false self-mask in this relationship. So clearly, where they're not communicating or opening up, I just let you know a big reason as to maybe why as well. 2 different reasons of maybe still having some resentment. Both of you could be kind of double dealing, it just depends there, but also maybe career, financial issues might be part of what's going on. All right, so that's your reading. This is a general one, so if you would like a private or personal reading, you can always go to the website Psychicloveheals.com and schedule something for you. Lots of love. I wish you a great week. Enjoy.